What's up, YouTube? I know this is supposed to be Dave's garage. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're in Dave's kitchen. And we're also going to try my first in product reviews. So what we're going to be reviewing today is coffee. And whether you're getting ready to go out in the garage to work on a car or a bike, or maybe you're getting ready to go out on patrol if you're a police officer, you got to have that pick-me-up. You got to get fueled up for what you're about to do that day. If there's one thing that years of being on a third shift have done to me, it has made me a coffee drinker, because I had to have something that kept me awake. Now, of course, as a patrolman, you're probably trying to find whatever's the best stuff at a gas station. And if you're making it at home, then you probably got your favorite that you can buy relatively inexpensive at the local store. This right here is my go-to. This is Folgers, relatively inexpensive. This is a 10-ounce can of it. Costs about $4 or $5 at the local store, and it gives me the pick-me-up I need. It tastes pretty good. But I've been seeing some stuff online, and kind of wanted to treat myself. And so I got something from Black Rifle Coffee Company. Now, my first exposure to them was last year around Christmas time. My brother got me some of their Thin Blue Line edition, and that stuff was absolutely awesome. You could just tell how fresh the coffee was, and me being used to drinking stuff from a gas station or just the Folgers that I make here at the house, it kind of made me think, so that's what coffee is supposed to taste like. Now, don't get me wrong, Folgers is a great coffee, and I found some pretty good stuff at the gas station, and I've been drinking that for years now. Try something that's a little bit more upper level. It was really just kind of eye-opening as to what coffee is supposed to taste like, I guess you could say. Here's the thing, I went to college, and on our campus we had a Starbucks, and the coffee was noticeably better than what I got at the gas station or even Folgers. And I've even bought Starbucks off the shelf at the local grocery store. And again, it's noticeably better. But guess what I found out? There's something even better than that Starbucks. Other than that brief mention of the Thin Blue Line blend that they have at Black Rifle, that's not actually what we're reviewing today. What I got was what they call their Complete Mission Fuel Kit. And it was actually a 4-pack, and it comes in a little box like this, has their logo on the side of it. And you get 4 types of coffee. You get Sniper's Hide, Silencer Smooth, AK-47 Espresso, and Beyond Black. As you can probably tell from all those names, along with the name of the company, there's a theme behind that company, and the theme is obviously guns, and it's also military, and it's because the company was founded by a military veteran, and they're making an effort to hire military veterans. They are very pro-gun, very pro-military, and very pro-police. And with that in mind, if I want to spend my money somewhere, it doesn't hurt to support a company like that. But let's get into the review of the coffee. As I said, it comes as a 4-pack. Now, I'm not going to drink all 4 at the same time. I'm the only one in this household that drinks coffee, so it's going to take me a little while to go through it. And I'll explain a little later why I bought a 4-pack when I don't drink that much coffee by myself. But the one we're doing today is called Sniper's Hide. If you get on their website, you'll find out that they have a chart that tells you as far as how dark the coffee is, from a light roast to a dark roast, and the Sniper's Hide is on the lighter end of that scale. Now, me generally, I find myself going for the darker coffees. That Folgers I had, it was called their Black Silk. I like it. It's probably my favorite out of Folgers, and they're Colombian, and it's my second favorite out of the Folgers. I think it's their original blend. I'm not too crazy about it. It's a lighter blend. So I was kind of leery on the Sniper's Hide if I was going to like it or not. And it, like the Thin Blue Line was also a lighter roast. I found it to be absolutely amazing. Again, it just made me think, so that, this is what coffee's supposed to taste like. So since we're doing a review, I guess I should give it a star rating, on 1 being not good and 5 being the best. And I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. And let me explain why I'm holding back to half. We'll start, I guess, with a little bit of the negative on it first. The only negative thing I'm going to say about this coffee is that it is expensive. And again, I'm on a police budget. I think a bag of the Sniper's Hide, if you bought it individually, was like, I think it was $12.99. But then there's also shipping and handling on top of that. And it does vary based on where you live. So you have to punch in your zip code and it'll tell you what your shipping and handling is going to be. But expect a few bucks for that too. So you may end up paying about $16 for a 12-ounce bag of coffee. Now granted, you can go to the store, Folgers, $4 or $5. I want to say Starbucks is like $8 or $9 for a 12-ounce bag, somewhere in that ballpark. But again, this tastes better than the Starbucks. You are kind of getting what you pay for. So I'm not saying that it's necessarily overpriced. I'm just saying I can't afford to buy it all the time. It would be nice if it was cheaper. Now I noticed some of their other blends on their website are even more expensive. I think I saw one on there the other day. It was $16.99. Doesn't include shipping and handling. Now I'm not a coffee expert by any means. Coffee, it gets me through the shift. It gets me through the day. When you're on patrol, you don't have time you may not even have access to sugars and creams. Generally, if you're at the gas station, there's that artificial stuff sitting on the counter. A lot of times you don't have time to even get it. You found 2 seconds to get in there, hit the head, and then grab your coffee. You got to get in and out the door as quick as you can because the next call's waiting. So I always drink my coffee straight black. Let's go to the Sniper's Hide and some of the aspects of it. The Sniper's Hide is a lighter roast. Let me show you the difference in texture between the grains. I've still got a little bit of Folgers left, so let me show you that, and then you can compare it to what the Sniper's Hide looks like. Alright, so there's your Folgers, and kind of shake it a little bit. Look, just kind of notice how finely ground it is. There's the Sniper's Hide, and you kind of see it's ground up a little bit more coarse than the Folgers. Alright, so as you can see that the Folgers was ground up a little bit more fine. And the reason I wanted to point that out, and again, I'm not a coffee expert, okay, is that when I make the Sniper's Hide, and I had the same issue with the Thin Blue Line, if I make that in a drip coffee maker, just your regular, bought it from Walmart, Mr. Coffee maker, if I use that, the Folgers turns out as I expect it to. The Black Rifle coffee in both cases has turned out weak. And here's the thing, I like the darker coffees. And I don't know if it has to do with the drip coffee maker. I don't know if it has to do with the flavor of the coffee. But nobody else seems to have this problem. So I think maybe it's just my taste and my preference is that I like those darker, bolder coffees. And that's not to say the Black Rifle Coffee Company is making a bad product. They're making an amazing product. They really are. And it just may be that it's not my preference. But here's what I do. I use a French press. All right. With the French press, I can control how much time that it mixes with the water. I think that's called steeping. I control that time, and I can let it sit in there a little bit longer, and it gets a little bit richer flavor. And it still has, I guess, like a lighter flavor, but not a weak flavor. So I can control that. And if you're doing that, if you leave it in there too long, you'll start to bring out the bitterness. Now, as far as the flavor of the coffee, bitterness, there is none. Unless you just let it soak too long. Or if you, not that I've done this because I learned a long time ago before I was drinking Black Rifle, if you scald the beans, if you put the water in too hot, then you'll get bitterness. But even when it came just out of a drip coffee maker, no bitterness. It has an absolutely amazing flavor. It is smooth. It is great. So again, 4.5 stars. A half star is about the price. Man, I wish they could make that stuff less expensive. On top of the star rating, I guess the other question usually asked is, would you recommend this to a friend? Yes. if you are a coffee drinker, you need to try the Black Rifle Coffee Company and look at their whole selection and see which one looks like it's best for you. I got that variety pack so I could try the different flavors. And again, Sniper's Hide, I'll probably be buying that again. So I'm going to make up a batch of it real quick. There, now I can finally wake up. So anyway, this is a lighter blend coffee. I'm waiting until I get to the darker blends as far as trying them in the drip coffee maker. And here's what I want you guys to do. If you all are coffee drinkers, maybe more so than I am, and you try the different blends and you just have more knowledge about it. For those that do, comment in the comment section below and hey, give me a heads up on what I'm getting into. Is it that for some reason maybe it's not ground coarse, or it's not ground fine enough, and that's why it comes out weak out of the drip coffee maker, or is that just the natural flavor of it? Because I've tried other coffees that appear to be ground the same way. I really think the Folgers is actually ground more fine than most other coffees. These are kind of things I don't know about, so you can comment below and let me know what to expect when I get to those darker coffees. I'm going to do a review of each flavor of the coffee, or actually blends. They're not flavors, they're blends, I guess. Again, I didn't go to coffee college. Something else I wanted to mention, I've talked to a lot of guys, and they seem to think that the Black Rifle Coffee Company makes a novelty coffee. That's really not the case. They make a very good gourmet coffee. They decided to make the name of their coffee company and the names of the individual coffees. It kind of revolves around where they come from. And it does go toward a target audience as to who the kind of person that's going to be drinking their coffee. And they also compete with Starbucks. If they have a YouTube channel, and if you get on that channel and watch some of their videos, you'll see where they kind of compete. They kind of get some laughs on hipsters, and they call Starbucks Hipster Box. Their website, that's it right there. You can go check them out. If you want some Black Rifle coffee, right now the best way to get it is through their website. Right now, ordering it online is just about the only way to get it. They've been starting to let retailers sell it there within stores. They are kind of selective on what type of store they have. If you go to their website, you can read about that, and the store has to meet certain criteria, and there's not that many around here. The closest one, I think, to me is over in Cincinnati, and it's quite a bit of drive. So right now, for me, the best way for me to get it is just go ahead and order it by mail. And that's one of the things I wanted to mention. Why did I buy the 4-pack? Is because it cut back on shipping. If you buy the 4-pack, their complete mission fuel kit, if you add up what each individual bag costs and then figure out what you're paying per bag when you buy the 4-pack, you're saving money there. And if you was to ship 4 individual bags versus shipping the 1 box, you're going to save a lot of money shipping the 1 box. So anyway, 4.5 stars. Black Rifle, if you're listening, if you could bring the price down a little, I'd buy more of it. 4.5 stars. I would recommend it to a friend. I will be reviewing more of it. As I open each bag of the Black Rifle coffee, I'm going to do a review on those. And I'm also going to be doing tool reviews. I've got a repair video in the make right now. And as soon as I get done editing that, that's going to be posted. So we're going to be doing more repair videos. I want to do some tool reviews and maybe some discussion videos. I've had a few people request that, so we might get into that. Something I often forget to tell people to do is click the like button. It should be below the video down here somewhere. Find that like button. It's the one that looks like this. Avoid the one that looks like this. You don't want that. That's bad. So give it this. Give it the thumbs up. That's the like button. Click it. Do it now. I'll wait. Okay, you should have done it by now. Alright, the other one you need to hit is subscribe. Last time I checked, I think, was it over this way? YouTube moves it around every now and then, so it used to be up here somewhere, and then it was down here. I don't know. Just fine. Look around your screen. It's somewhere there. Just click the subscribe button. Because when you click subscribe, then you get a notification whenever I make new videos. So you get to see all that stuff. Alright. So anyway, do all that for me. I've gotten some new videos coming out, and I will see you on the next one.